Hello everyone, Steve with West Virginia Cabin Living. Hey, it's Labor Day weekend, the summer's starting to wrap up, and that'd be amiss if I didn't give everyone a tour of the only building that I constructed on the property after purchasing the cabin. And that's the building that's in behind me. It's what we call our shower house. Remember when I first purchased the cabin, there was an old bathtub inside the cabin that the gentleman that had it before me would just heat up water on the stove and dump water into the bathtub to take a bath. We wanted to do something a little bit more than that to make ourselves a little bit more comfortable down here. You have to remember that we have no power here. We have no running water. We're on the very top of a ridge. We don't even have a well, so any water that we bring we have to haul in ourselves on the truck. So we decided that we'd take that tub that was in the cabin, move it out to this little 6x10 building that we constructed, and that freed up a little bit of space in a cabin for a new set of steps upstairs and a closet. And the other thing it did is kind of allow us to have a nice shower out here with some heat, and not only for us but anybody else that was camping on the property with us for the weekend could just kind of walk in and take a shower. So I'll give you a quick tour around the outside, and then I'll also fire up the generator, get the lights on, and take you on the inside tour and kind of walk you through the setup I did as far as pumps, water, shower, and everything. So hang in there just a second and we'll get you started on a quick tour. So here we go, folks, a quick little walk around outside. You can see the acorns starting to fall here and bouncing off the roof. Fall is right around the corner at this stage in the year. But here we are again, just a 6x10 building. On your right hand side you'll see the propane tanks there, powered by 2 propane tanks. They're 100-pounders, and I have one of the automatic switchover regulators there. I've never really seen it switch over yet, but yeah, I'm not down here and I don't leave it on a lot. We typically just turn it off and on as needed. But plenty of propane there that'll power a small blue flame heater inside and also power the shower. Propane tanks, I just set them on a little concrete slab, and then just built a little tiny shed roof just to kind of keep some of the weather off of them there. But outside is T111 siding. One thing I wish I would have done differently is the one window that I did put in the building. It is a single pane window. I wish both the top and bottom moved and opened. That way I could maybe crack the top a little bit more and keep the rain out at the same time. Foundation was just 4x4 pressure treated posts going in the ground. You can get down to about 32 inches here, and then you kind of hit a pretty solid sandstone layer there that I can't quite get through without a lot of work. Then this next little box here you see beside the shower, that's a generator box. The generator, we got a Northern Tool, I think it's a 2700 watt generator in there. I needed a generator down here anyway to power saws and things of that nature, so shower house was kind of in a shaded location. I decided to go ahead and just power it with 120 instead of working on a solar setup for it. I don't think I'd pick up a lot of sunlight back here without cutting some more trees. And it kind of gives you the option to go ahead and run a hairdryer or whatever you want to inside there. But the one thing that I really wish I would have done differently, the generator is very difficult to run inside that box. That box just kind of opens up both frontwards and backwards. It is very difficult to run the generator, keep the generator dry in the rain, and take a shower. So I was kind of thinking maybe later on I would maybe build a little shed over here, a little 3-sided shed or something. Put my equipment in there as far as lawnmowers, hand tools, and stuff like that, and also put the generator in there so it can run comfortably and stay dry even when it's raining. That's kind of generator. I'll keep you guys on around over here. Another kind of side shot. I kept the roof pitch the same. It's a 12-12 pitch, so that kind of matches the cabin roof pitch, and I figured I'd just keep that the same. On around to the back to the front here. Nice little set of steps, step up in, and also built a pretty significant shed roof over the door there to kind of shield it from some of the weather that blows in. But that's the outside. I'll go ahead and stop here for a second, get the generator fired up, get some lights on, and walk you guys through the inside. Hang in there just a second. Hey everyone, I'm sure you can hear the generator running in the background, so we've got some light on inside. So we'll go ahead and continue our tour with the interior of the shower house. Alright, that should be a little bit quieter with the door shut. So I'll just kind of pan you around here real quick, starting at the back wall, coming around. This would be one of the gable ends there, a narrow 6-foot wall. Mirror, water tank, the door we just walked in, and then back around. We've got our valves here in our shower. So let's start at the beginning, and I'll kind of walk you through the whole process there, how I kind of set this up. Let's start here with our water tank. This is a 105-gallon water tank. It's a vertical tank. We haul water from the house, either that or we go into Richwood and purchase water off the city for a penny a gallon, depending on the circumstances and what we have planned there for the weekend. Come down to the bottom of the tank. You'll see where I connected into the tank. There's 3 valves down here. Blue handle valve, that's a drain, or you can actually hook a hose up to it and run water out if you need to into a bucket or something. The ball valve right there on the left, that's going to be a shut-off valve to the tank. The other red gate valve there, that's not really necessary. I thought I was going to control flow with that. That didn't work out. So come up. You have our 120 volt SureFlow pump, just a little over 2 gallons a minute. To the right of the pump there's a drain valve there to take water out for the winter. This will freeze. I do not keep heat in it all winter long. I'm scared something will go wrong on me, so typically shut things off about October, and then I'll hot water down for deer season if we come down here for deer season. Or if we come down here and spend a week over the Christmas, New Year's holidays, sometimes I'll haul water down for that and then drain it back out. The one thing that I really wish I would have been able to do here is dig this out underneath and put like a 100-gallon storage tank down below ground where it wouldn't freeze, but I didn't really have the cash flow to do that at the time. So come up from the pump, you'll see my electrical. This is going to be the conduit just run on the inside of the wall. Same thing with the water piping. I ran that on the inside of the wall. And really the reason for doing that is just to gain as much heat as I possibly can. The other thing is if it ever does freeze and bust, that it's easy to get to. So electrical, the switch there is for the pump. The pump is an on-demand pump. So it kicks on about 20 psi, kicks off at about 50. I put it on a switch here on the wall because I didn't want to just randomly kick it on when I first start the generator. So come up, you've got an electrical connection. To your right is an old metal cabinet. That was actually in the cabin, so I just took it and put it on the wall out here. Come on up, 120 volt light. You can see the sink here down below. The sink, I've plumbed the water down to it. I've just never really connected it. We just don't really see the need for it. But it was in the cabin also. I just moved it out here. So from there, plumbing keeps going up, and it's going to be a little dark up here. But up top, I have a 14-gallon water worker. I believe it's their HT14, I think, or HB14 tank. Anyway, 14-gallon horizontal pressure tank. Pumps into it. That has a gate valve up there that won't allow back pressure to go back to the pump. From there, I split off. I sent a line down to the sink that you just saw. And if I come on around above our door, you can see the water line there. That's going to the shower. So come down the wall, another drain valve, then also a ball valve that'll shut water off to the shower. Then I just got a piece of I guess washer hose there that goes from that gate valve over to the shower. So the shower itself, instant hot water on demand, EcoTemp L5, runs off of propane. I guess it's flow sensitive, so when it senses flow, it'll start trying to ignite the propane. It's got a little switch on to turn that on and off. It runs off 2 D size batteries there is what it runs off of, the igniter. But you know, I've put those batteries in probably about 2013. I think I'm still running off the same set, so it doesn't use a lot of power. But yeah, there you go. As far as the shower, I got the one shower head there that the one that came with it was kind of cheap. It broke when about 3 years into it, so I purchased something a little bit better and put that on. But there's the shower. The tub, again, the tub was with the cabin. I'm not excited about the color, but I guess I was excited about the price. And as far as the interior of the shower, on the walls, I just used 5V10 and just kind of bent it around the corners there. and that is essentially what's on the shower walls. I figure if it'll keep a roof dry, it ought to keep the wall dry. So step over and come over to the back wall. You can see we have our window, and for the record, we keep the window cracked pretty good when we're in here taking a shower or when the heater's on, and just to kind of vent it a little bit better. Both of these, the heater and the shower, vent fumes straight into the shower house, so you kind of got to be careful. I would also recommend adding a carbon monoxide detector, which I have not done yet. If you come down, that's our little heater there, and then propane just comes out of the floor there. I've got a valve where both the shower and the heater propane comes up out of the floor. It's a 1/2-inch black iron pipe, but that's a 10,000 BTU blue flame heater. It'll put all the heat in here that you could ever want. So, and that's about it. I'll pan you just kind of back around one last time and see if you can get your bearings. Again, probably the one thing that I really wish I would have done here is I wish I would have been able to dig this out underneath this shower house and put about a 500-gallon tank into the ground. Oh, another quick item there before I forget. Just to the right there, you can kind of see a little pump there. That is a Wayne transfer pump. I'll use that pump to pump out of the water tank in the back of the truck and into this 105-gallon tank here. You can actually see there's my hoses that I use to do that. But again, work in progress for sure. Still need some trim, still need to do a little bit more painting, but fully functional. And certainly, you know, after being down in the river with the kids or something all day, bring them up here, get them a hot shower. I mean, they are out for the rest of the night. During deer season, on about day 3 or 4 when you're up here with your buddies and things are starting to get a little bit unfriendly, come in here and everybody gets a hot shower and everybody's back to being friends again. So really made the place a lot more livable and just a lot more convenient, I guess. Well worth the time and money. If you guys have any questions, please comment. I'll try to answer the questions. I'll also try to get a couple links together of some of the items that I purchased to kind of put this together and put them in the comments section. So thanks again for your time. I appreciate it, and we'll see you again soon.